Do you have any pavers or leftover stone at your house? Let me show you how you can turn them into high-end decor. Now you may have some pavers or stones left over from a project that you recently did. If not, they're fairly inexpensive at most stores. You could get them at Lowe's, Walmart, or Home Depot. The ones I picked up were from Lowe's. Now this first project I'm going to show you is how you can make a concrete high-end looking table for under $30. So you're going to need to pick up these large stone pavers. These are from Lowe's and they're around $7 each. You're going to need 4 for this project. Now I will say these are heavy. You are going to need help carrying them. My daughter helped me to put this project together. So you're going to start by laying one of the stone pavers down as your base. Then you're going to need something to adhere them together. I'm going to be using a product called liquid nails. You can pick this up at Lowe's when you're getting your pavers. And I'm going to do a bead of glue on either side of my pavers. Next, we're going to place the pavers on both sides so that I have 2 standing up tall. Now these will stay in place. You're not going to need to put supports on the edge, but make sure when you put them on that you line them up so you don't have glue that's kind of getting all over the place. Now I decided before putting the top piece on, I wanted to let this sit and dry for several hours before I put that top piece on. Then you're going to come back and do a layer of glue along the top. Now when you place on the top, I do recommend having 2 people to do this. That way you can lower it down exactly where you need it to be. If you need to make some adjustments, you can, but give it another 24 hours to dry and then you have a super high-end looking coffee table. Now the next paver you're gonna see me use a lot in this video is this one. This one is right under $2 and you can use this all over your house in so many different projects. The first thing we're gonna do is going to make a base for a Dollar Tree stool. You guys know I love the Dollar Tree stools. I've used them in so many different projects and they come in a variety of colors. For this one, I'm gonna be using a white stool and we're going to use this to elevate one of our plant stools. With my paver, I wanna section it off so I can spray paint it. So I'm gonna take some blue painter's tape and I'm going to put it along the edge of my pavers. I'll do it on all 4 sides. Next, I'm gonna take it out and do a layer of spray paint. One thing you're gonna realize with pavers is that spray paint is going to get soaked up. So you're probably gonna have to do 2 or 3 layers of spray paint just to give it a nice coat. But you can do thicker layers than you can if you were spray painting something that was glass or plastic. So give it 2 good coats of spray paint. Then you can take off the tape right away, let it continue to dry outside. And you could glue this onto your stool or you could just place it on top, add on your favorite plant. Now I'm going to be putting on one of my plants that I recently picked up off of Amazon. It is a faux plant. I will link it for you down in the description box, or you can scan the QR code right here to go to all of my favorite outdoor plants. You're also seeing in this picture my ferns. These are great as well, and faux. I have all faux outdoor plants because it gets so hot this time of year and I love having these because I don't have to water them. Do you have a cinder block sitting around your house? You're not sure exactly what to do with it. Let me show you how you can turn it into a planter. So I want to make a base to go underneath this cinder block. We happen to have some pressure treated wood at our house. If you don't, you could get it at Lowe's, Home Depot, but we had pressure treated wood because we were just building some stairs in the backyard. This project was great because we could reuse that wood. So we placed the cinder block onto our wood and then drew a line around the cinder block. My husband came in with his skill saw and cut out that bottom piece of wood. We did have to go in with the jigsaw because there was a few angles up front. So we wanted to make sure that piece of wood sat really nicely underneath the cinder block. So we cut that off. We also added some drainage holes. So with our drill bit, we added drainage holes to the bottom of the piece of wood. I did want to stain this wood a little bit because pressure treated wood has a little bit of a green tint to it that I don't love. So I used a medium color stain. I applied the stain with a foam brush. Wiped off any excess with my paper towel. Then I took it outside once it had a chance to dry, placed it down, put the cinder block on top. I did not add any glue to attach this. I think the cinder block will stay in place just fine. Then you can plant some of your favorite plants in there. I found these plants at Lowe's, and I think this is a great unique planter that's going to get several compliments. Another way you could reuse pavers is to stack them up in a fun formation to display your pots. I had 5 of these terracotta stones that were under $2, and I'm simply going to place them on the side of one of my outdoor chairs. I'll place them down in a staggering pattern. Now you could do 10 of these, 5, just as many as you like, and then put on one of your favorite planters on top. I feel like it adds so much more interest to my plant. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. Comment the word of the day, which is pavers. If you like the look of a concrete planter, you can get that same look with 4 pavers. So I'm going to be using these cement color pavers at Lowe's, and I thought they'd be great to make a high-end looking concrete planter that are under $2. So you're going to need 4 for this DIY. With the front one, I wanted to paint it. So I'm going to be using blue painter's tape, and I'm going to section off where I want to paint. Now you could do this however you like. I thought it'd be cool to just add some paint to the bottom and then have a little bit of paint at the top. Next, I'm going to be using a black sample paint that I have. The color is Black Magic by Sherwin-Williams, and I'll just use a stippling brush to add on the paint. Now, I just added the paint to the front of my paver. I didn't want it to go on the side. Add your paint till it's completely covered. Then you can take off your painter's tape. Let this dry completely. Once it's dry, you can assemble your planters. So to do this, I'm going to set up my front paver, and then I'm going to add liquid nails to the back side. And then I'll put the 2 side supporting pieces in place. And then I'll add liquid nail to the back and put a back paver in place. Now this one may need a little help to stay in place, so I had a 5th paver that I'm just going to use and scooch up to the back so that everything can stay in place until it has a chance to dry, because you don't want it to dry with a little bit of a gap in your planter. Once it dries, you can add in a real plant or a faux plant. This is a rose bush that I have off of Amazon. It is faux, and I have to tell you, this is my 2nd season having it out. So if you're wondering what it looks like season to season, it's still absolutely gorgeous, and it's been sitting out pretty much all year long. Now maybe you have some stepping stones at your house and you're thinking, how could I add more of a decorative element to these? I feel like one of the simplest ways to do that is to stencil them. You can find so many different stencil designs online. I found this stencil on Amazon, and I love that it's already 12 by 12, so you can use it on tile, you can use it on pavers. So I'm going to take my stencil, place it onto my paver. To help me while I'm painting, I like to tape it down just to hold it in place. A lot of times when you're using a stencil, you have to be very careful because the paint will seep underneath. When you're using a product like a paver that's made out of concrete, the paint doesn't seep under as much, so it's a little bit easier to stencil. So I'm going to be using a bright blue paint because I wanted these to be vibrant when they are outside, and I'm going to use a foam brush. I'm going to just stipple on the paint. You want to make sure you completely cover everything and then remove your stencil. I'm going to repeat this on another paver. You could do these steps for as many pavers as you want to create. Let them dry completely, and then you can place them outside in your flower beds or your garden. Let me show you how to make a sturdy outdoor side table for around $10. From Lowe's, you'll need to pick up 4 of these red concrete edging stones, and then you'll need 1 of the concrete paver stones. You're also going to need some liquid nail. So I'm going to start by placing 2 of the edging stones together. Now these are really flat and they will fit well together. And then I'm going to take a little bit of the liquid nail and put it on the edge of 1 of my edging stones. And then I'll place the 2 of them together. Now with my 3rd edging stone, I'll put some more liquid nails on the back of that, and I'm going to place this stone in the back. I want to create an X with my paver. So you want to make sure the bottom half of your paver is secure to the other concrete pavers. Then I'll add a little bit of liquid nail to my 4th paver and place it on the front side. Now you can let this sit and dry, or you can move on to your next step if you feel like everything is holding secure together. I'll add some liquid nail to the top, and then I'll place the square paver on top. Once the liquid nail is dry, you have a sturdy outdoor side table. let me show you how to create your own personalized pavers. So you're gonna need two things for this project. You're going to need some Quikrete. You're also going to need a plant saucer. Now these come in a variety of sizes, so just pick up the size that works for you. Then you're going to mix up your Quikrete. This is really easy to do. You guys have seen me do this in so many different videos. So I had two Quikrete containers. One was almost out, so I used that to mix up my Quikrete. So you're going to fill it up about halfway full with Quikrete. Then you're just going to add water. So I'm going to mix the Quikrete and the water until it's a thick pudding consistency. Now, one of the hacks that I wanted to show you, whenever you're adding Quikrete to something and you're worried that maybe it's going to get stuck in that container, you can actually put cooking spray in that container to help pop that item out whenever it's hardened. So I'm gonna add cooking spray to my plant saucer. Next, I'm going to fill it with my Quikrete. So I will just dump it in there. A great way to level it out is just to kind of move your container side to side. You can also kind of lift it up and drop it down. That's gonna really help to smooth out that container. The other cool thing about these plant saucers is they have a little bit of indentation on the bottom, and you wanna make sure that you get that completely full. So when you pop it a couple of times, that will get all that Quikrete to settle down into those indentions. If you wanna fill it a little bit more, just add some more Quikrete, mix it with water, and then add it to your plant saucer. I did this twice so that I would have 2 stones. Let this dry at least 4 hours, and then you're going to pop it out of your mold. What I love about this is the cool texture that it created on the back side. I wanted to bring out the features to that, so I painted both stones with a white sample paint that I had. And you really want to use a brush and quite a bit of paint because you're going to have some holes because you're working with that Quikrete, and you just want to make sure that you fill in all those holes and get as much of the white paint on there as possible. Then I wanted to add a fun color just to bring out that fun pattern. If you want it to look like a flower, you could also add a yellow color or a fun bright color to the center there. Now, because these are going to be sitting outside, you need to seal them. You can add a polyurethane over the top, and you want to do a nice thick layer. This is going to help protect your paint when it's sitting outside. And these are great to add into your garden beds. Do you guys remember when I created a ring bowl using a regular balloon? That was a really fun DIY, and I thought, what if we did it for a planter? So I got a regular balloon and blew it up, and then I decided to put some Quikrete around this balloon. So I mixed together a little bit of Quikrete and water. Now, putting the Quikrete on the balloon was a little tricky. I kind of had to add it just with my hands and make sure that I had it completely covered. I continued to add the Quikrete around my balloon. I smoothed it down as much as possible. And then I placed it so that it could dry overnight. It's actually dried for a few days. I still have the balloon in here. So my next step is to pop the balloon. So this actually looks a lot better than I thought it would be and is a lot more sturdy. So from here, it does have like some jagged edges. I actually like that, but if you wanted to kind of cut those down or just kind of pull them off, you could do that. I'm gonna be adding in some faux succulents to this planter. Let me know down in the comments what your favorite DIY was. I love knowing your opinion. And make sure you subscribe because I want to see you back here, and I'll see you in our next one. Bye.